I want you to tell me the very first impressions that you have as you begin to understand where you are and what is happening around you.
I see mud.
Mud.
A castle burning.
Okay. A castle burning.
People dead.
Are you close to this castle or far?
I am close.
And you say you see people dead? What are they dead from?
From a raid. They were killed.
From what?
A raid. They were killed.
Okay. Well, when you say many, are they 10, 100, 1,000 approximately? Just to have an idea of the number.
1,000.
Wow, so it's a lot of people. Have a look at yourself. Look down at your feet. What do you see?
I see my everything torn and I'm in blood.
Okay. Are you male or female?
I'm male.
Are there any remnants of clothes on your body?
Yes, but they're torn from fighting.
Are you injured?
Yes.
Where?
My chest.
Okay,
Across my chest.
I see. So,
My leg.
your leg?
I might be dead.
You might be dead? Are you lying down or are you standing?
Well, at first I was standing, but looking at my wounds, I'm dead. Yeah.
So, are you not able to move the body anymore? So you are
Dead.
out of the body, you mean?
Yes, I was out of the body.
I see.
Saw myself as a soul.
I see. Okay.
My head is blasted open too.
Okay. I do not want you to have any physical sensations.
Okay.
Just watch it as an observer and describe it for me. We just talk about it, okay?
Yeah.
Very good.
I'm lying on the battlefield dead.
So, what happens next?
And we lost.
You lost.
We lost.
Okay. So you were part of the battle?
I was part of the battle.
Yeah.
My friends were part of the battle and my family were part of the battle.
What happened to all of them?
Some friends died in battle. Other one yielded. Other ones betrayed. Some escaped.
How do you feel?
Lost. And guilty and shameful
Why guilty?
that I could not stop this force.
Which force you mean?
The raid, like the enemy, the other army.
They were stronger than you?
They were much stronger than us. We had no chance.
But you did what you could, didn't you?
Yeah,
You did your best, didn't you?
that was not good enough. We needed more.
More people?
Yes, more valor. But we were too few, so people got scared. And the enemy had things that we've never seen before.
What did the enemy have?
Different kind of weapons.
More advanced?
More advanced, and they were bigger, and yeah,
What were you fighting for?
to protect our home.
Okay, so they invaded?
They invaded.
I see. Okay, so let's see what happens next. Let's leave that scene and let's see what happens next.
I see women and children being carried in the carriage.
Mm-hmm.
I see my wife in the hall, the empty hall.
So your family died also?
Not all of them.
Mm-hmm.
My son, yes. My daughter, not.
How old is your daughter at this time?
She's 12, 13.
Mm-hmm. So she survived?
Yes.
Mm. And your wife, you said she didn't?
She did.
She did survive?
She did.
Okay, great. That's good because she could now take care of your daughter, right?
I'm afraid what they're gonna do with her.
With whom?
With my mother, with my wife and daughter.
I see, I see.
I wonder where my mother is.
Mm-hmm.
She seems proud.
Your mother?
Yeah.
Mm.
Strange.
Proud of you? Or proud of what?
What happened? She seems content.
From this fight?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Why is he happy?
I think she may have betrayed us. I think she betrayed us.
Your mother?
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean?
Like she had a plan to take over more, to rule more.
Your mother?
Mm-hmm.
To take more what? Of what?
Of kingdom. She wanted to rule more.
So your mom was in some way powerful?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel she had the
She was the
powerful
queen.
position? I see.
Mm-hmm.
And you said that she seems to be now satisfied?
Mm-hmm.
But didn't you say that you lost the battle? Can you help me here?
Yeah, but she made a pact with the enemy
Mm-hmm.
that they would take over and she would rule.
I see.
I think she made a pact with the other king.
And how do you feel about that?
Very shitty. But I just care about my wife and daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Very scared. Very mad at my mother.
Are you?
Mm-hmm.
What happens next?
I see my wife and daughter fleeing and hiding on a carriage.
To escape?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So they managed to escape?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Are you observing this from outside of the body, or you, yes?
Outside of the body.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I'm the haunted ghost of the castle now.
Are you?
Yes.
So you stay around the castle?
Mm.
Why?
Revenge.
Tell me about it.
And making sure that nothing bad really happens. Still protecting the people and the land. I want revenge.
Revenge for the invaders? So...
And my mother.
So when you say you're protecting the people, how do you do that?
I try to communicate in every way. And I'm trying to build psychic abilities so I can send them thoughts and feelings.
Okay. Does it work?
Yes. Sometimes, yes.
So some they can hear you? I see.
Some go crazy. It's very interesting.
I see. And you said you want to get revenge? Okay, and how are you gonna go about that? How you think you're gonna do that? Let's move forward and see what happens.
It dissipates after a while, I think.
What dissipates?
The feeling of revenge. If I move forward, I don't find it anymore.
I see. So it fades away.
Now everything becomes warm and light. And the castle is going.
The castle is?
Going away.
Are you still there, or you feel yourself moving away?
I feel myself moving towards God.
So I want you to allow this movement to unfold in your inner vision, and I want you to describe me where you go and what happens.
It's kind of like going into the sun, but the rays are very visible, and the warmth, it's a light yellow, red and orange mixture.
So this light attracts you in some way? You're moving towards that direction?
Now everything is dark, just with a little bit of blue. And I come out on the other side. And there's this being welcoming me.
Wonderful. Tell me about this being. How does it appear to you?
It has a wide face, similar to a cat a little bit, but just a little bit. And behind it are the stars, and it's very gentle.
Gentle, the energy of the being in me?
Yes.
You feel its softness, kindness?
And it talks.
What does it say to you?
It's sorry for the pain, but now everything is good.
What story? Can you tell me more?
Of what has happened. And that everybody is safe.
Everybody meaning?
The people that I care for, the people that suffer. If they're not with me now, they will join later.
Okay.
And she has a path for me to go back to. And she sends me down this path of white light.
Where is she sending you?
And left and right is blackness, and I don't see her anymore. And there's this big gate, but the gate is more made out of a mineral opening up.
Before you enter, can you tell me what is your connection to her? Who is she? And if it doesn't come to you directly, ask her and just listen what she says.
She's the gatekeeper, the protector of the gate.
Okay. What is her connection, relation to you?
To me? She says that the ones who are on the path will be called by her.
Okay.
That is the connection.
And could she elaborate on which path she means?
She laughs at you.
Why?
Because she says she doesn't need to ask these kind of questions.
Maybe for you, maybe for Arda. Maybe Arda would like to be reminded.
Arda plays dumb. Arda plays dumb very often. It's very funny.
So maybe we just for the story to
the path of God.
Okay. Beautiful. So she's sending you to this.
And he's still not wanting to say the rest.
Why?
Because he's ashamed.
Of what?
Of the past, and as well as being ridiculed.
Ridiculed for what?
For who he is and what he needs to do.
Why would he be ridiculed for what he needs to do? What does he need to do, actually?
He doesn't want to say it.
Why?
Because it's big for him and he's afraid of what people think.
It's just me here, I'm not gonna judge.
That is true.
So it's okay, you can talk.
To save us all. Even me.
Me? When you say me?
Me, the being.
Sorry, the
Me,
cat?
the being.
Oh, in what way? That's interesting. Could you elaborate on that?
If he does not succeed, things will crumble. And I will be forgotten too. And when things are forgotten, they are lost.
And you... Why would you be forgotten when and lost?
We need things as much as they need us. And if they move away, we crumble as well. You mentioned before the so above, so below concept. So the one cannot exist without the other. And if one turns away and goes into destruction and allows unholy things to take over, we go.
So you are related to Arda personally, or you're talking about the collective?
The collective. But I have a close connection with him. I don't know why I like him so much.
What's your relationship? What kind of relationship, connection do you have with him? For how long?
Oh, since birth.
Since birth, okay.
Yes, but I mean birth of birth of birth of birth of birth.
How could you describe your relationship? How can he call you? You humans will like to put labels. Just to understand the relation. Maybe it would be nice for him to know.
It's as if he doesn't want to hear. I don't know how I can get past it.
Say it for me.
He can call me love. He can call me anything. The fluffy, the dragon. He can be fun with it. He has to be light about it.
Is it what sometimes we humans call the higher self? The oversoul?
As I am part of it, I am not his higher self.
So what is the purpose of your connection with him? With his soul?
To guard him, to help him, to give him messages.
Beautiful. So I want to personally take the time to thank you for connecting with us today and for coming through.
I thank you.
And it seems like you are here to assist him, to help him.
Yes, but it is not only him that I assist. It's many beings.
Many beings that what? I'm sorry.
And many stars that I assist. And I cannot move much from my spot.
What do you mean?
I'm here, in front of the gate.
Thank you for reminding me the gate. So, before I ask for introductions, you were guiding him towards that gate. What is there? Why are you Why did you guide him to that gate?
Because he has to feel it again. The light. He has to understand it.
Okay.
He shunned it, he closed it, and it's time that he goes back.
Wonderful. So Arda would like to allow you to step in front of that door, and whenever you're ready, open it. And step in. And I want you to allow whatever needs to come through, come in, come out, any energy, any emotion, just let it out. I want you to take it all in, whatever that is. Take your time. And whenever you're ready, you can describe me what you're experiencing.
The light is coming from below, and it's as if endless straight lines of fresh white light is piercing through me.
Penetrating you.
Yes.
Wow.
But there's a part of me that's resisting a lot.
Resisting? Which part is it?
It's in my brain and it's my right side.
So this light is benevolent.
Yes.
This light is powerful.
Yes.
This light is healing.
Yes.
Do you trust this light?
Yes.
So I would like then to invite you to allow this energy to move anywhere it wants to. Let it move throughout your physical body. Let it move throughout all of your cells and your blood and your bones and your mind, and it heals everywhere it touches. You want to describe me what is happening?
I'm trying to allow it and to let go.
You can let go now. I'm with you. You're safe. You can let go now. All your team is here now. All your angels, your guides, your family. We are all here for you, with you.
It's still coming from below and shooting right through me.
Beautiful.
You know when you're in the sea and you dive and the rays of the sun go all the way down?
Yes.
It's exactly like that, except it's coming from below.
Wow. This is a beautiful picture, very beautiful. So, should we allow the light to touch your head?
Yes.
Okay. So you're willing? You give permission?
I give permission to the light to touch my head.
Okay. What is happening? Would you like to describe me what you're experiencing?
A lot of things come up and I try just to let the light hit my head.
Yeah. Just focus on what you are experiencing and describe it for me. I will keep you busy. So the mind doesn't take over.
I see closer the brain at the pineal gland and the light that's just whirling around it, like it's cutting through it.
Oh.
And every time I think about it, the resistance comes and...
Don't think, observe. Just observe. Observe and describe me, that's all you need to do, nothing else. Everything else just happens.
It's creating a spiral. And it's shooting all the way up.
Out, you mean from your head?
Out from my head.
From what, which spot on your head does it shoot out?
From the center.
Beautiful.
Just shooting.
And I wonder what is it doing in your pineal gland? What do you see there? How does your pineal gland look like now? After that it's being washed by this light.
Being rewired in a way.
Rewired?
Rewired.
Tell me about
Comes back to life.
What color is it?
From purple it becomes magenta. And the white is piercing, like going on top of that magenta. It's a very beautiful picture.
What size is it?
Well, right now it seems huge because I'm so close.
Okay, I see.
Now it's taking on fire. Like a blue flame.
Where is this flame?
Around the pineal gland.
I see. And
now this fire expands through all eternity.
what does the flame represent? Just say the first thing that
Illumination.
pops into your mind. Very good. Okay, great, thank you.
Well, the first thing was God, actually.
It's very similar. Okay. God is the light, isn't it?
It's everything.
Yeah, true. Very good. And you said that as it's spiraling, it's shooting from the top of your head outwards. And where is it going? Where is it heading?
It's kind of making a circle. But a circle from infinity to infinity. And coming back down like from the root again.
Okay. I want you to check if there is any area in your head that there's any shadow that needs light. Do you see any?
Yes.
Okay, so we give permission to this light to enter these areas.
Can we also give permission for the flame to enter that area?
Of course, of course.
With my consciousness, I'm always in some part of the universe. that is not very happy and well. So that's the big pain in my brain.
I see.
So by encompassing that, encircling that with the light and the fire, it's kind of like a big thing.
So what effect does this light have on Arda's mind?
On his mind?
Yeah.
It's very healing and easy. But what is there, that is kind of fighting it, and he doesn't want to hurt anybody as well.
Arda?
Yes, and he's very respectful.
I see.
So it has to be done gently.
But can the light damage anyone?
Well, if someone is very far from the light and has forgotten the light can pierce through it, and they are afraid of it as well.
Yeah. Hence it should be gentle. Okay, very good, beautiful. Would you like to allow him to describe what he's experiencing?
Yes, right now he's watching everything from afar, how the light is encompassing it, and he turned the intensity down a little bit so they may accept it more and feel it more.
Would you like to keep talking as this process is being done? Can I ask?
And now a white light pierced through it, and an orbit is building itself around this whole area, like a ring from a planet, and it's gaining momentum, and it's white and blue, and the ring is getting bigger and bigger. Lightning happens.
Lightning.
Suddenly everything is white again.
Beautiful. So these darker parts of these areas in his mind, are they now light again?
That one, yes, but there are more.
There are more? Okay, so we move on to these other areas to work on them too? Okay, so please go ahead and do that. And while you're doing it, I would like to ask if I can, in the meantime, while you are doing the energy work, if I can ask a few questions.
Of course.
Okay. So you mentioned this dark, quote-unquote, energy or space, that it was him also tapping into an area of things that are darker in nature. And I wonder if that was the reason why he has a predominant fear in him that he was carrying. What is this? What was this fear? Could you tell him a bit about it, to explain it for him to understand it?
It's the fear that they hurt the people that he loves, and that people get hurt by it.
Oh yeah, that's why you showed him that past life. So it's a subconscious fear in his memory.
Yes.
I see. So it's something that we can say that he doesn't need this fear anymore, does he?
To a certain extent it's healthy.
Yeah.
Because he can deal with things but other people can't. And it's as if he attracts these energies as well, so he has to be mindful but not fearful.
Exactly. So the energy of fear which holds him down is not something that he needs to keep carrying with him, is it?
Yes.
Okay. And it's also connected to something that happened in the past, quote unquote. It's just in the subconscious. It's not from this life.
It's also from this life.
Okay, from where?
From different experiences.
So how can he release this fear?
He has to believe in his light. He has to start believing in himself again. And we all know the formula. It's very simple.
Would you like to remind us?
You do. That's it. You just do.
Just do?
Just do. But easy. At the beginning you might fight for that attitude of just doing, but the more you do it, the easier it gets.
Seems that he had some issues that were blocking him.
Yes.
Would you like to talk to him about that? What were these blocks?
The blocks are love.
What do you mean?
He feels himself unworthy of love and unlovable because of his past with Thea and other women as well, but it's mainly Thea. And he tries to run away from that past, but he cannot. He has to face it.
Run away from which past you mean?
With Thea.
What do you mean?
He tries to just move on, but he has to face those emotions. He has to face her as well. But he is very scared of that.
He's scared to face what?
Thea.
In what way? Face her?
Because he sees himself, he's very ashamed and guilty, and
so he did things that he judges as negative, and he's not proud of them.
Yeah.
I see. Okay. So he carries guilt.
Yes.
I see. Do you have any advice for him?
Yeah, she shouldn't see her as so tough. And he should start seeing her as the soft being that she is in reality. And to write.
To write?
Write.
Arda should write?
Yes.
About?
About his true emotions. And it can be anything. He can burn it, he can do whatever he wants with it.
In order to express them?
Yes. But then the point will come when he writes down one sentence and two sentences that they're going to fit perfectly to each other. And then he will know.
Okay. Why did Thea and him decided to meet in this lifetime? What was the purpose of this relationship?
Out of true love.
What's the connection, soul connection?
They are the souls that can really see themselves. When one looks at the other and the other looks to the other, they both forget who's who.
Why?
Because they are the ones who are in perfect equilibrium. They see and feel each other more than others. No one can understand them the way they understand each other.
Okay. They complete each other.
Yeah.
Perfectly. So they have a soul connection.
Well, I wouldn't even call it a connection. It's just soul beingness.
Okay. And what was the purpose of them deciding to meet in this life and have this experience? What did they want to learn from each other, and especially from Arda's side? Why did he chose to have this experience with her in this life?
She came up and woke up again and started embodying himself again. And with that comes also the other part that doesn't want to. So she's the part that reminds him of that he has to
awaken. To see was a reminder.
Yeah, and he cannot do anything without her.
What do you mean?
He cannot fulfill the prophecy without her.
He cannot?
No. Just as Yeshua couldn't have fulfilled it without Maria Magdalena.
Which prophecy?
Of this new earth that everybody is talking about.
So they have the same mission?
Yes.
Would you like to talk a little bit about this mission? To remind him?
It is all about oneness. And it is all about peace. It is about breaking and cutting away what is rotten. And it is about walking the path, living it.
That's why he's here. To show this to people, to remind this to people.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
And to open up portals. He likes doing that. So other beings can come. And they will become way more visible.
What beings? What kind of beings?
Well, he loves dragons.
Does he?
Yeah. They're great friends. He likes to play with them a lot.
I see.
And they like to play with him too. It's very easy to play with him.
So they work together?
Yes. And other beings I've never heard of and unseen of, new creations as well, will come.
They all assist in this shift?
Yes.
About the dragons, how can he release the one that is inside of him?
Well, the one that is inside of him will never listen or abide to anything that is not of confidence and self-worth. It will never answer to anything that sees himself as broken.
Okay.
As something that lies to himself. Because no one is broken.
Absolutely, and this is something he needs to remember, right?
Yes.
Perhaps he could assist him. Would it work in that way?
That is true.
Perhaps we could assist. We could ask the beautiful dragon that works with him to support him in gaining more confidence. And working on whatever needs to come back into balance.
Yes.
Coming back to the previous topic, you mentioned that Thea and him are supposed to complete this mission together, something like this. Would you like to tell him a little bit more about that? What do you mean? In what way?
They both have to overcome their own bullshit. Well, because their own bullshit is tied a lot into the collective and into the world. And when they break their own bullshit and heal that part, a big part of the collective will heal as well. Lies will break away and love will flourish again. And if they're wise enough, they will know that nothing matters except them coming together again. And Arda knows this, and he knows this very well. But he's afraid.
Of what?
Of hurting her again. Of being sent away. Of being hit by her.
What would you like to say to him about all these fears that he has?
They're justified, but they're stupid.
And delusional, aren't they?
Of course.
So they don't serve him?
No serving at all.
So is it time for him to let them go? Okay. And is it anything you want to advise him regarding this woman? Anything, because anything, it's an important topic, important relationship. Anything you want to tell him?
That he should first get the job done, meaning that he should first stand his own and be his own, and then go meet her. And she's there and she feels anyways.
I see. Even if they're not physically connected, there is another kind of connection.
She always feels, she always sees. Sometimes even consciously. And she hates that she does it, but she does it.
I see. Yeah. Does he take on other people's energies or entities or karma?
He does sometimes.
Okay.
Deliberately.
Deliberately? Why?
Because often he notices that people cannot or do not deal with their issues and situations. So he does it for them.
Okay.
So it eases the energy of the room or the space or the world. And he also does it to, of course, redirect the attention from him to something else. Like meaning that he, taking on these energies, lowers in vibration and is also more approachable by others and seen also more as human in a way. And he doesn't want to deal with his own bullshit, so he takes that on as well because of that.
Okay. So first of all, regarding the first part of your answer, as you were saying, he indeed takes on other people's energies and baggage to help them. And I am assuming, correct me if I'm wrong, that he takes them and he keeps them inside of him.
Yes.
Okay. So that says that he's not doing it in the most appropriate way, is it?
He's definitely not doing it in the most appropriate way. He also does it as a self-punishment.
I see.
He works a lot on healing himself on a daily basis, but if he were to walk his path, people would come for help, and then it would work in a different and more better way than it is now. It would be deeper work. What is happening right now is an automatic process of his soul mission that he is fulfilling subconsciously. But if we would make the subconscious conscious, things would be easier.
How can he do that? How can he allow the wisdom of his subconscious to surface in his everyday life?
He has to start accepting and believing in the truth of who he is.
Would you like to tell him? I think it would be very nice for him to hear, to be reminded of who he is, who he really is.
He's blocking me a lot from saying it.
I know.
Because it's very difficult.
So Arda, please stop sabotaging the information that comes through. Just
okay.
Let it come.
Well, he's the one that he thinks he is, or is scared to believe who he is. And it's a big character that sometimes takes on different missions and different appearances. And it's a soul that has been denied often, yet used very often.
So I will ask you again the question. If you can tell him who he is. Deep down in his core, without all the negative belief system that he's carrying.
He is the truth and the word. He is the hero, and often described as sometimes the villain.
He's all of that and everything else. He's all, everything. He's God, isn't he?
Yeah, that's one way of putting it.
So why is he self-sabotaging himself?
Because in the past he was used and is still being used by institutions.
What kind of?
By the church. It's a big institution.
So in past lives, you mean?
No, it's still being used right now and today.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant him personally. He was used.
He was also used in the past, yes.
Okay.
Personally, physically, but right now it's the spirits that is being used, and that also has a great effect on his state of being. But today is a big day.
You want to tell us why?
Well, because before coming here, he did a process of returning of the soul, and he demanded a big chunk of his soul back. And now he's here, and you are here, and the blue sea. And the blue sea.
So what has happened already?
A big chunk of his soul is returning back to its rightful owner.
Beautiful. How is this going to affect him in the future?
He will be more whole. He will be happier and more serene. He will be accepting pain, and the past was the past. Even if they used everything that he stood for and turned it around.
That's beautiful. I'm very grateful that this has occurred today. There were these feelings in him of not being loved enough and not being included. Are these going to be lessened?
Yeah, they're going to be less. People love him, people don't want to exclude him. But sometimes it's difficult for people to be around him because he brings a certain kind of energy to the table, which sometimes disrupts them of being unmindful and unhappy, and when people don't deal with their stuff, it comes out.
So it's like a trigger.
Yes.
To some.
It's like a dynamite.
I see.
For a lot of people.
Okay.
And he's always afraid of hurting them. And it's a big issue. Because he's like, he has to learn how to
Tame.
Yes.
This energy then.
And like he's an elephant who's in a mouse cage.
Yeah.
And I think maybe you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So any advice on how to do that?
Yeah, instead of focusing on the left and right, focus on the upside down.
Does he know what you mean?
Yes.
Do you understand?
Do you know what I mean?
No.
Instead of focusing on your surroundings, focus on source and earth, and let the energy always flow up and down, up and down.
Yeah.
And fear is the mind killer.
Yeah.
So.
What could you comment on this general sense of denial that he had in the past?
Denial about himself? Or
Yeah.
or from others?
Wasn't it?
Denial from himself, yes.
Yeah. He was denying himself. That's how we kind of, as we were talking earlier, understood that there's some kind of, as if he's denying himself, or what do you want to say about that?
Well, it's stupid. It's very stupid. But
yeah, it's the same with self-sabotage. Concept is similar.
It's like self-punishment in a way. There's so much that has happened that is painful in many areas of existence. And he thinks that he's the cause of it.
Okay.
And that's stupid.
Totally. Can you release it from his mind?
Yes.
Thank you. And is he now ready to forgive?
Not quite.
Not quite, okay.
Not quite.
What steps does he need to take on to get there?
Art.
Art?
Yeah, writing, art.
I see. Why?
Because he cannot forgive himself without understanding the truth of the emotions that are hidden. That would be jumping from level 1 to level 100.
Yeah.
Doesn't work. So, by uttering out the emotions, even the darkest ones, doesn't matter, then he will be able to forgive himself.
Yeah.
Then he will have the release.
Yeah, yeah. And also not judging them why they come out, right?
Of course.
If they come into an art that we humans call negative, judge negative, he shouldn't get in the loop again that, oh yeah, I'm creating negative art. It's him releasing it, expressing it. Yeah, it's a healing process. I wanted to ask if you can make a body scan now on his body, a full body scan from head to toe, from the top of his head all the way down to the toes. And I want you to tell us if there's anything that is out of alignment in his physical body. Anything that you would like to work on.
There's something that is connecting his root and his top of the head that is causing a misalignment in his body. They're both connected.
Okay. So, would you like to assist him in bringing this back into balance? And maybe also explain what caused it.
That was an outside force that wanted to kill him.
Okay, when did this happen?
A couple of years ago.
In this life? An outside force, you mean a physical being, a human being, or another type of entity?
Both. It was a physical being, a human being who was using different kinds of tools.
And why did it attack Arda?
Jealousy.
Okay.
Then payment.
Payment?
Payment.
What kind of payment?
There were multiple ones. Not only one.
What do you mean?
Multiple humans who did this kind of thing.
Who did what?
Attack him. They did black magic.
On him?
Yes.
In this life?
Death magic.
Consciously?
Consciously.
And what's the purpose? Did they have similar reason why, or?
Some were jealous, one was jealous, the other one was paid by someone. The other ones, they wanted his energy, and they wanted his money, although he didn't have any, but they wanted his spirit, his wisdom. Yeah.
I wonder why he attracts so much dark energy.
Well, it's because it's a long story from the beginning, when things started to separate from oneness into duality, and when evil was for the first time created.
But since I guess we don't have time to go into this long story, and we still have a couple of questions, then I guess is that why he has this question, why am I afraid of evil and black magic? So I guess this is why, because he had experienced it.
Yes.
Was he aware of it?
Yes.
Okay.
Of not all of them.
Not all of them. Okay.
Not all of them.
Okay. So we, is it appropriate that we offer him some healing from this?
It's about time.
Wonderful. So you were saying that his left side is affected?
His top part and lower part, and through it goes are other things that are connecting the top and the bottom.
Alright, so how does this energy look like?
Right now, we just minimalize it into darkness.
Okay.
So not to be confused.
That's fine. So, would you like to describe the process of releasing this dark energy?
First, we're separating him from it in his body slowly, slowly. Like if you would take a scalpel, like a doctor, and cut away that tissue.
Okay, so it was attached to him?
Yes.
Okay.
And then we will take it out. And once we've taken it out, we'll exchange it.
You will. What are you going to put as a, to replace it with?
Well, we thought that maybe the chunk of the soul that he got back to today.
Wonderful.
We see that as fitting.
Yes, amazing. Wonderful. So just let me know when you're done.
It's gonna take some time. It won't be not done during the session.
I see. Okay, but we have initiated this process. Wonderful.
And he has to continue.
Yeah.
But one thing he has to know is that nothing can take him off this path.
Would you like to repeat that for him?
Nothing can take him off this path. He is never off it.
How can he then be more consciously aware of walking the right direction? Because he has his mind that is telling him blah 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 and all that.
That's a stupid mind.
Yeah.
He needs to meditate a little bit more.
Okay.
Which is sometimes too difficult for him with everything that he needs to do in the normal world, but it is priority. Wake up, meditate. Go to sleep, meditate. Yeah.
Okay, so it's the everyday mind that is confusing him, the conscious mind.
Yes.
And
as soon as he smokes a cigarette, he's like, oh my god, I fucked up everything. It's a little bit stupid.
Weed?
No, cigarette.
And what happens then when he smokes?
He automatically thinks, oh, everything is fucked up now.
Why?
Because he's a perfectionist.
Ah, I see. So he's judging himself for smoking. I see. But he shouldn't be so hard on himself.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we are here to enjoy, right?
That is very true.
Let me see what else we can...
Do you have any questions?
About what?
About anything in your life or general in the universe.
Well, thank you so much for this opportunity. I would like to first see if we have covered all of his questions, and then I can ask mine. Thank you so much. I'm just quickly going through our list. Well, we have touched upon most of them, I guess. Perhaps I haven't asked all of them in the same way that they were written. So we have questions like, where does my inner battle come from?
Yeah, we covered that.
Yes. Why do I believe that I can't do things on my own? This feeling of insecurity.
That's his ex talking to him.
I see.
Mm.
So she influenced him.
A lot.
Negative belief systems.
A lot of negative belief systems.
I see. So they don't belong to him.
A lot of things, no, a lot of negative things that he's feeling do not belong to him.
Okay, so let me ask you this then. Why don't we scan his mind, if you can do that now?
Mm-hmm.
Just make a scan on his mind and find out the limiting negative belief systems that he's carrying.
Mm-hmm.
And release them from his mind. So any feelings of I'm not good enough, cannot do it on my own, any kind of negative self-talk, we can release it. Doesn't belong to him, doesn't serve him, doesn't need it. We release it, we let it go. Wonderful. And if there was a belief system that you want him to have with him, to operate through, what would it be? Let us install, in other words, a new program inside his mind. A benevolent one, a productive one.
That he is loved, that he can love, that he loves, that he is a good person, that he can do it. Life is easy.
How can he express himself freely and creatively?
There is a block in his throat.
I see. Let us zoom in then, and can you tell us what is there?
It's kind of like a seal that needs to... was always there since his birth.
Okay. Where does it come from?
It's of benevolent nature.
I see. Like a protection.
Yes, protection. To hide him.
To?
Hide him.
Hide him from what?
From attention.
I see.
The wrong kind of path.
To stay under the radar, so to say.
Yes.
Okay. But if it's benevolent, why is it blocking him? Did something got misaligned or what?
No, because if he opens it, then a powerful force will be unleashed upon the earth.
I see. So do you think it's aligned? Is it appropriate that we work on it now? Is he ready?
We can start opening it, yes.
I see. So how much % of it then?
We can open a good 13% of it.
Wonderful. Okay. So this is the appropriate amount for the moment.
Let's start with 13.
Yes, wonderful. Okay, so yeah, you can go ahead and do so, please.
Okay.
Wonderful. Is it done?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How is this going to assist him in the future?
He will be able, the energy will flow freely in his body with more ease. There will be not the struggle, there will be less pains. He will be able to talk, and he will be able to sing.
Awesome. Thank you. How can he rebuild the trust to God, the universe, and all of its children?
I think it's time that we give him a little bit more trust.
Yes.
That we give him reasons
Yes.
to trust again.
Yes,
I think humanity needs that.
certainly. So we need to remind him to trust himself more.
Mm-hmm.
It is very important, isn't it?
Yes. Unfortunately, that's only something that can come from within.
Yeah.
Nobody can give you that.
Yeah, I agree. Totally. And do you believe that the work that was done today is going to boost his trust with himself?
Yes. It's an important week.
Beautiful. Is there anything else that you wish that he would have asked today? Anything else that we didn't talk about, we didn't cover?
Oh.
No, okay. And regarding this healing that happened almost from the beginning of our session, the light, this powerful, magnificent light that penetrated his whole being. Because he was talking about this brain tumor, this black mist thing, I don't know, blob, whatever energy he was sensing in the past. This is something I just wanted to touch upon and ask you, what do you think that was, and if it is still there or if it is now being released?
It's being released. It was inheritance from family.
From family?
Mm-hmm.
I see.
And not nice things.
What do you mean inherited from family?
Lineage of the mother was very mistreated, and they were also attacked energetically by people who practice not nice practices.
Mm-hmm.
And it caused a lot of death in the family and the loss of wealth and benefits and joy.
So it's ancestral.
Yes.
And why did he decide to take on it?
Because you can.
I see. Because he is powerful enough to transmute it.
Exactly.
Amazing. So when he contacted me for a session, what did you hope that he would receive from this session the most?
More peace of mind and more confidence.
How can he stay connected to you and receive the guidance in his day-to-day life?
Appreciation.
For himself?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And everything that is going on. Art and meditation. He has to learn a meditation in which he can connect to his higher self.
So, do you have any last message before we go, or anything else that you wish
Nature.
to tell him? Nature.
Nature. He loves nature so much. But he just doesn't go into it.
I see.
And he has to find time out of work to go into nature.
So he forgets, he gets too busy?
He gets way too busy.
Mm.
And then he's too tired. But he would feel more energized if he would go. And more relaxed. Yeah.
So grounding and being in the energy of Mother Earth.
Yes. And one day he will find that cave.
The cave. What cave?
He's been waiting for it for 8 years to find a cave, to meditate in, and he will find it.
I see. Okay, wonderful. So, I think this is it for today. I would like to thank you and all the other beings who participated in our journey.
And we thank you, Hara and Brigitte.